a tough one. Bulls take the L 117-115 to the Los Angeles Lakers. I am your boy Pat the Designer. I am joined by the Brody Bros. P.Kidd to my right, AD to the left. We got Ringo yelling off mic as per usual. DeMarco. Bang, bang, bang. Listen, that's a tough loss that we saw tonight from the Bulls. Let me get y'all thoughts on it first, because I'm about to go off on a few people, but I'm trying to let it cool off. You know what I'm saying? P.Kidd, what'd you see tonight that you liked and that you disliked?
I like how we battled back. That showed one good coaching.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the adjustments. We saw, I've been on Pat Will most of the night. How Timothy played at first, but then he stepped up and played really, really good defense on LeBron.
Great defense.
It's LeBron. He's still going to get his buckets, but he made them work, and he made them miss at really key points. And so I like that. I like Wendell Carter showing up for like the first time in a major situation in a long time.
Yeah. Second highest scorer for the team.
We didn't expect that, and so he really exploited his mismatch, which is great. I think this gives him more confidence because it is the chance. We can leave out the fact that it's not AD. He did so in a really against a really good team. Zach just doing Zach things, like Zach going for 38. I know he wants that last shot back, but it was still a good shot. It was a good shot.
I like the shot.
I like the shot. I mean, he just missed it. But at the end of the day, if you want to be the guy, he wants to be the guy. Those are shots you take. Those are shots you make. Those shots you miss sometimes. So this is just the growing pains of that.
Yeah.
And I think we'll be seeing him knock those down. This is like the second situation he's been in like that. So, I mean, we win and lose by that. We'll live by that. The refs definitely won this game, though. I try not to complain about that, not mention it, but it's hard not to. It's like it was a very lopsided game when it came to that. And to be honest with you, if you look at the stats, which I'll get to a little later, we had played a really good game and dominated points in the paint.
And we have been. I think that's been a consensus of the season, that the Bulls have played some really good games.
Really good games.
And have just come out on the losing end on some of those games.
Absolutely.
And it's a lot of breaking bad habits. It's a lot of breaking bad situational habits. But to me, they're still trying to find the identity of this team.
Yeah.
And I think they're getting closer to that. And I think you're seeing that they're really trying to put Zach LaVine in a situation where he is the leader of this team. He's the guy who's taking those final shots. He wants to be the guy who's taking that final shot. And listen, like you said, that's not a bad shot. You get Harold kind of off balance, step back situation. You know he's not going to be able to catch up to you. You just didn't hit it.
Created space, rolls up, just didn't knock it down.
That's a tough one. It's definitely a tough one.
Had an opportunity for a rebound, just didn't pull it in.
AD, what did you see tonight that you liked and disliked?
I definitely like the leadership from Zach. Not waiting for anybody else to show up, but saying I'm going to show up and then I'm going to pull my team up along with me. And I like the fact that for whatever reason, whether Wendell did it on purpose or he just realized who was guarding him, he stepped up. I like the fact that he found his shot, stuck with it, and when he was given the ball, he was able to take advantage of that. And like you presented before, we got the look we want. We had the last bucket of the game, or pretty much an opportunity to make that the last bucket of the game.
Yeah.
But we played the Los Angeles Lakers in LA and lost by 2 points. It's things to take away from this game, that it's things we can grow with. It's things that the Bulls can look at in the tape later that they're able to build upon and able to learn from. And I specifically, I think the biggest thing from here is twofold. Wendell can build on the confidence he gained from this game, and Pat Williams got a LeBron James and was able to contest a potential dagger at the end of the game and was able to make him miss a shot. So you got the best player in the game and was able to cause some type of difference on a defensive end for your team. So I like that.
Can we mention that Temple stepped up and really.
Garrett Temple has been stepping up.
Garrett
Temple has been stepping up these last couple of games. Honestly, these last 3 games, he was big in the Portland game. He got you back in, helped get back into the Sacramento game, and he was big in this game. I think Temple is an excellent veteran for this team. I do hate seeing him coming off of the screen and roll situations because he's just not strong enough or quick enough to get past these centers, and must just be blowing by him. But the thing I liked about this game is that, let's be honest, we don't want to blame the refs because you should win in spite of the refs.
Yeah.
But there was a glaring difference.
Yeah.
There was a glaring difference on how the first half and the second half of this game was called for the LA Lakers side. Now, with that being said, there's some shots that the Bulls left on the table, absolutely, that on foul calls that were not there. But if you look at this game, I mean, honestly, bro, like
13 more free throw attempts.
13 more free throw attempts, bro. 13. So you telling me they weren't? And I'm talking about the Bulls were getting fouled on plays they were making. On and ones,
and honestly,
knocking shots in, and we can't get the ball. And I know what the ref said. You know what the ref said. We all been there. When you in the game and you made the shot.
Yeah,
bro, I can get an extra bucket out of that.
Right.
No, you made the shot.
And
you're not calling that. We're trying to let y'all play, but you're not letting me play on the other end.
Offensively, both teams were pretty much evenly matched. Both from field goal percentage, the Lakers and the Bulls were at 50%.
Yeah.
The 3-point field goals, Lakers 41%, the Bulls at 38%.
Right.
It's just the free throws, as mentioned, biggest. We shot a better percentage, but the Lakers had 27 attempts at free throw while we were at 14.
Yeah.
Here's a stat that tripped me out: more assists and steals than the Lakers. More assists, more steals, less turnovers, and more points in the paint.
I think the Bulls played better situational defense than we've seen them play all season this year.
This is a game we should have won.
This is a game we absolutely should have won. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the Bulls played well enough to win, but I'm gonna be real with you. I hate being one of those fans, but bro, to me, this is a game I watched where I'm like, you did everything right. Really, what did the Bulls do wrong? The thing we complained about for the longest time was Zach LaVine missing one three-pointer that we said was a bad shot in the third quarter when they were down 3, and the man shot what?
That last time
14 for 17?
That last timeout was bad.
Which one?
He called timeout with 15 seconds, and I know why, to call the play, but if you really think about it, if we still had that timeout left, we could still fight for that last second shot. But it changes how they play.
And Zach was 14 for 22, 63%.
Yeah,
but because it's such a young team, though,
I get why Billy does it, and that's what it is. Listen. At the end of the season,
that's good coaching.
At the end of the season, we might not see that call. It's not even like Billy Donovan has these guys playing at a certain point where even at the end of the season, we might not see this call. That's a call that we're seeing right now because Billy Donovan's trying to teach his guys, okay, this is the situation we need to be in. And listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'm really talking about anybody in this game, it's not the young guys. It's not Zach LaVine. It's the veterans. It's the veterans to me. AD screaming it all game. Why is Thad Young standing at the top of the key not moving in an NBA game? That's some YMCA stuff.
Bringing his defender.
I know that's not the scheme because I've seen the scheme. I've seen his scheme in OKC for the past 5 years. Why is Thad Young standing at the top of the key looking at Zach like, all right, which way you going?
Man, this is one of those games where it's like it's really hard to pick one thing because you can't.
They played well enough to win, and they played well enough where they should have won. That's why I said I don't want to be one of those fans, but realistically, the foul calls that were ticky-tack on one end and were let them play on the other really took you away from this game.
Anything else is like ticky-tack. Like you can say, okay, why did they make this rotation? Stuff that you're going to have with a young team.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, there are some discrepancies there. There are some plays like, yo, why are you doubling down? Why are you leaving this play? You can say, but that happened. That happened even for the Lakers.
Yeah.
Right? Though that's going to happen. No one's going to have a perfect game. But I will say this. It's hard to, I don't know if like, I'm in the back of my mind. Does Laurie change this game? Does Saddle change this game?
No.
Saddle maybe. Not this game.
Not this game.
They played well enough this game. They played well enough. I think what changed.
What contributions do you get?
What changed this game for you is the fact that you lost Otto Porter and you had to go deeper in your rotation than you were expecting. You had to have guys play Mokoka. But he played well in his minutes. But you had to have guys play who played more that probably wouldn't have been in that rotational situation. I mean, listen, in that late game situation, you're probably not seeing. I don't know. You're probably still seeing Thad Young out there.
I will say this though. I think Lowry does change it off of the simple fact. What did Harold have?
Lowry's not changing that. Lowry's not changing anything Harold did on the offensive end of the ball.
Hold on.
Nothing.
I'm gonna say this though, because I think the Bulls are top 10 in assists this year. I think the Bulls are top 10 in assists.
Montrezl Harrell has 17 points, 14 rebounds.
Yeah, there's nothing about that Lowry's changing. What does Lowry change on that? Lowry not gonna fight him off the boards, and he's definitely not gonna play better defense.
Maybe Wes Matthews. Those threes that he hit. That's that
killed him.
But we made some adjustments. We cleaned that up.
But
so it's like
we overcame everything they did.
Exactly.
Realistically, the Bulls listen, and nothing you can say about this game is a bad game. The Bulls did not play a bad game. There's certain plays that we may not like, but I think that's every NBA game.
When you shoot nearly 50% from the field,
nearly
93%, over 90% from the free throw line, you shoot nearly 40% from three. You get more assists. You competitive on the
and listen,
it's a good game
with AD or without AD. These are the freaking NBA champions, bro.
And
these are the NBA champions with AD or without AD. You ran out a young Bulls team that was struggling against the Orlando Magic last year, and they competed within 2 points of the NBA champs, and realistically should have won this game. In my opinion, look, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna stop saying it. I'm gonna stop saying it because
50% on the road now.
All I'm gonna say,
I'll take it.
Is
3-3 on the road. Yeah. And they haven't played a ton at home.
The Bulls now have to get y'all gotta get a killer mentality. But like y'all,
I think we got it. Billy didn't go.
Everything now is laid out. Y'all went against the highest top scoring teams in the West. Y'all stayed there. The situational defense is on point. Y'all now have to figure out how to close out a game consistently.
But you know what?
Because y'all got the person to do it. But now I have to figure out.
But you know what? This is the thing, though. You're not gonna.
To be that dude.
But when your team is good, you're not in situations where you're in last second shots like that consistently. You're not in situations where you're trying to beat a team on a game-winning shot 3 games in a row when your team is good. This is a learning team. This is a learning young Chicago Bulls team. And let's be honest, the players that made the play, this is what Bulls fans need to be highest about. Your players that made your biggest plays tonight, Wendell Carter Jr., Zach LaVine, Pat Will. And I'll throw Garrett Temple in there as well. But I'm saying that 3 out of the 4 are hopefully your future. Especially Pat Will. Pat Will, you threw him out there, and let's get your opinions on that as well. You threw him out there against the greatest player maybe now there's some room for debate.
His greatest player of this generation.
But the greatest player of this generation, I was gonna say in the league, right? I was gonna say in the league right now, but with KD back, there's a little more room for debate. But with you threw him out there against the greatest player in the league right now, arguably, and he did what he had to do.
I would say this: the fact that as a rook, he stays down, he doesn't bite on the fakes. You don't realize how big that is.
Very disciplined.
The fact he's really disciplined on defense, and that's the biggest thing for me.
In the first half, he was just like, "Hey, that's LeBron, bro. He got the LBJs on."
But he was like that on what end? On the offensive end.
On the offensive end, not the defensive end.
He stayed where he was.
The biggest thing.
Somebody was like, "All right, bro, that's LeBron. It's over.
I get it.
Don't match up. Let's go."
Here's the thing for me though. The biggest thing for me is that he was consistent. It wasn't with rookies. We see spurts.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see flashes. You see, oh, that's a flash of him. Oh, that was a great defensive play. This kid's gonna be good if he can learn how to do that consistently. No. For 4 quarters, we saw the consistency.
And shout out to Billy D for sticking with him.
Yes.
And not moving away from him.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I don't know. I already forgot the last coach's name.
Jim Boylan.
Jim would not have done it.
No.
I think, to be honest with you,
Pat
it's a
Will
lot
wouldn't
of
have been playing.
He wouldn't have been playing. He wouldn't have been playing.
There's a lot of coaches that wouldn't give him that. Billy, it comes from that point of having superstars, having a developing team, and so because he has that experience, it's just a different type of dynamic.
I'll say this though, the fact that I mean, if you look at it last year, Chris Paul was there to help. Hey, Shea Gibson's got to stand there.
Hey, hold on. Just slide him in. Just slide him in. He making too many comments well off the mic to not be in the chat.
But I'm saying though, I mean, like the biggest thing, even last year, you saw it at the beginning of the year. Chris Paul told Billy D and told Shea, "Hey, I need you to keep Shea out here." Even in the playoffs when they was going against the Rockets, Lou Dort was guarding James Harden.
Yeah,
he wasn't shooting. Hey, bro, they're leaving you open. You gonna stay in? I need you to shoot that. That's like he's gonna let them ride.
Yeah.
Chris said you finally got your press pass.
Facts.
No, I do like that though. I like that.
Facts.
Even listen, and sometimes it's to a fault. I think we're going to see it at moments to a fault, but he's going to ride with his guys. I mean, listen, he's making real plays on LeBron James, but he's going to ride with his guys. Here's the thing that you want to take solace in from what we saw from Pat Will tonight. Pat Will played defensively well. I mean, LeBron 28-7-7. You expected Bron to come out with numbers like that, but he played well tonight defensively, especially in big situations.
That's the thing.
When they were making an effort, Bron literally went to the huddle and said, "I'm attacking him. I'm going to attack the kid."
But look at it. Stay on.
I'm going to attack the kid. Staying down on Bron. Those
Man.
are the things that you have to do. Those are the things that you have to do.
I really wonder what how LeBron will comment on the rookie's defense, because he will. He tends to notice those things. So whatever notes he get that Pat will get from this game is certainly beneficial for him.
I think this is the biggest game, though. Like, I love the fact that this gives a major confidence boost for Pat Will, because now he's faced people. He's faced the best of the league at this point.
Listen,
at his position,
you put him out there against a Cam Reddish now, he might kill him.
But I will say this: was this like a coming out game for Wendell?
Yes,
because that boom on LeBron got him. Bro, where's the poster for that?
I think here's the question. I think here's the question we got to ask about Wendell. Offensively, we've seen Wendell improve every game.
Yeah.
Right. Defensively, we have not. Is Wendell not the defender that we thought he was going to be? Is Wendell more of a cat kind of center than a Rudy Gobert?
I think he's settling in his night.
He is a Pat, but listen, but Cat is still considered a top 5 center in the league right now.
Yeah, but because of his offensive game,
offensively,
there's not many people that are saying Cat Williams. I didn't put them together. There's not many people that are saying Karl Anthony Towns is the defensive juggernaut at that position. Heck, most of the times when we see him, it's him getting spun off by Joel Embiid, or him getting spun off by Nurkic, or him getting spun off by Drummond, or him getting spun. He gets spun off a lot, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And so to me, like, it's just like Cat is a solid offensive player. He can come out and give you 40.
Solid offensive.
A dominant offensive player, realistically. He can come out and give you 40, 50.
It's easy to say that when you're when you are the player on that team. Like, Cat didn't have a Zach LaVine. Well, he did have Zach LaVine.
He did have Zach.
Zach wasn't Zach. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have the Zach he has now to contend with and stuff like that. So we're looking at a young Wendell. What year did Cat come in?
20
year before Wendell. 2 years before Wendell. 2 years before Wendell.
And so, like, Cat has had his moments where we're like, he doesn't have the heart, he doesn't really hustle and stuff like that. I think Wendell could develop and be great, especially if he's working on that mid-range. Yeah. That mid-range look really good.
You got to take the offense when they give it to you. That's the thing with Wendell. And to me, you have to fight more. Like, I don't see the fight on him on the other end.
I saw the fight.
I mean,
I see him fighting offensively,
different.
but how many times do we see him defensively get beat for rebounds? How many times do we see him defensively get beat just for a putback bucket? How many times do we see him defensively just be out of the play? And to a point where we're excited to see Daniel Gafford come into the game with 0 points because he's getting 2 blocks and 2 steals, and he's active on the defensive end.
And it's different too because, I mean, that's you guys are absolutely right. And plus, the point on Pat Will, if he doing this on Brian, which he making those key plays, and you also doing to see that out of Wendell, but even then on Pat Will, I still think that I got to see him against KD.
I mean, listen, but here's the thing.
I know KD is different, but if he's doing this now,
but here's the thing. It's not gonna matter.
Even though it's still
it's who's gonna do it against AD? Like I want to see you do it against AD. Okay, name me somebody that's doing it against.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You can't put KD in that thing because Pat Will ain't banging with KD. KD is taking that man. He's putting him on a totally different island than LeBron.
Yeah, he's not going to do that.
KD is legitimately a top 10 offensive player of all time, and he ain't even close to the end of his career. That's not even like Kobe even said it before he retired. Like KD is one of the hardest people he's ever had to face.
I just want to see that fight. He put up the fight on Bron. He got them steals and them blocks in those late game situations.
Who?
Pat Will.
Oh, Pat Will. That's different. That's different.
I'm sure.
Oh, you talking about Pat Will versus KD?
Yeah, it's gonna be a different game.
That's different though.
Totally different.
But Pat Will versus KD versus Pat Will versus Bron is very different because Pat Will versus KD is all about footwork. Pat Will versus Bron is about muscle.
But we're gonna end up playing Brooklyn a lot.
Hey, but guess what? KD is shooting right over that man because he shoots over the
for
entire
sure.
league.
For sure, it's KD. It's Kevin Durant.
It's a different mind.
It's Kevin
KD
Durant.
ain't gonna bang with him like LeBron bangs with him. That's not his game.
I respect everything we saw from Pat Will tonight. To me, the biggest concern the Bulls have right now is still in their front court. It's still in their front court.
Wendell just got to get better. I like what I saw on the offensive end, but the defensive end.
But it's not just him. It's the entire front court. Thad Young on the defensive end in that game did not get it done. Listen, anytime somebody's going off for a double-double.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Go ahead. What you got? You look like you got a stat that's gonna rock an argument.
The only player we ain't talking about.
Kobe White.
Where was that guy?
Yeah, Kobe
disappeared.
Kobe absolutely didn't. How many fouls did Kobe have?
Kobe was 6 for 14 from the field.
Yeah, he was shooting well the whole game. That's what I'm saying. Why?
No, he shot well for a quarter. That was it.
But he had 10 in one quarter.
That was it.
He had 10 in a quarter.
He made all.
Boy, Pat Will looking like he got an album coming out, boy. Boy, why right at that moment? I thought he was about to start rapping.
Man,
I do it.
Nah, that's that Gideon album cover.
He do look like him.
Good mixtape.
Never mind. Anyway,
but no, I just think that let me see. Baki says, let's see what the chat is talking about. Baki says, I feel where Ringo is coming from. You want to see Pat Will fair against KD, Bron, and Giannis. And listen, versus KD, versus Bron, it's about strength. He wasn't in the wrong position. He wasn't jumping out of his socks. He wasn't moving out of the way. Hey, I bet you Bron come out of this game and say, yo, the young kids stayed down defensively. I'm LeBron.
Right. But I'm saying, in the last 2 weeks, you went up against Giannis. You went up against Bron. Now I need to see you against and look, in all 3 of them games, I think except for the Bucks game, you've hung in. The Nets are a very beatable team.
Yeah.
Outside of that, so I'm looking at that. And like I'm saying, if y'all put it together, this is definitely 7-6 seed.
This is, but with Orlando no longer having a lot of their key players and them dropping out of that, I honestly see that us being a 7 or 8 seed. Hopefully the one thing I will say is like the Nets full, like with KD and Kyrie playing, even with the bench that they have without Spencer Dinwiddie, they expose things in our offense. I mean, our defense that the Lakers just don't.
Yeah,
because they are much offensively. They're more of a juggernaut in my opinion.
Well, I would say
how they can do it.
I would say just the difference between this game and last game. This game, we didn't see a lot of guys taking a lot of three-pointers.
Yeah.
In the last game, when a team could make deep threes, when a team could shoot a lot of three-pointers, they did it, and they knocked them down, and that's why the Bulls lost to Sacramento.
Got to give credit for, I don't know how it's developed, but whether it's Billy D doing it or people just falling behind, following in line with the alpha.
Yeah.
There was no fight as to who's taking the last shot. We kind of clearly saw who that is, and that's kind of been consistent.
And Zach knew it.
Exactly. And the play was for it. The players knew it, right? And we've all seen those teams, the young teams, where someone's fighting for that shot. But here's the
thing. It was to me that last shot of Zach misses it. That's a tough shot, but I like it.
Makes it.
If he makes it, we all in here losing our minds. I like the shot from Zach. But here's the thing with the shot from Zach. It's a young kid in the moment not being ready.
I can't say he's young.
No, I'm not Zach. Not Zach. I'm talking about Pat Will. Oh, because the ball bounced to him.
Oh, it wasn't his fault.
Are you talking about?
He didn't get the last touch on it.
I'm saying what
Temple had in his hand.
Temple ran through also, but to me, Pat Will has that thing. I bet you in a year we see Pat Will coming down on that play, because what's a small forward of his ilk gonna do in this NBA? He's gonna come down on that play when that ball bounces off. He's gonna grab it. He's gonna put it right back up.
It was just a little too high for him. I'll be honest.
I think it was out here, but it hit him dead in the head.
I thought
like dead in the hand. And so
then Temple coming in was just like, it's two Bulls right there. It's our fault. It's our turnover.
The important thing is that we can look at this game and we can say we saw growth versus the NBA champions. There's a lot of people that thought about this game and was like, well, the Bulls finna get waxed. And I'm like, nah, bro, this is the second of a back-to-back. This is an opportunity. Bulls could walk out of here with a W.
Nah, I will say too, even a P.Kidd point, like, last year with Jim Boyle and even with the because I forgot what game that was, he kind of went under the screen. Then they had the whole dysfunction. You can see now, like, Billy Donovan's like, hey, you the dude, I'm giving it to you.
And there's no argument.
And he's been playing defense, and Muggs is like really far in the line.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know what Billy must have came in and told him, bro, you definitely could be the number one.
Like.
Because I've never seen Zach play defense with this kind of intensity.
He's hungry for it, and that's gonna be the development right there.
Let's look ahead to this next game, fellas. We got the Clippers up next. Listen, Clippers beatable. I'm sorry. If anybody's beatable, we talk about the Nets are beatable. Clippers are beatable. Did they not? Did they end up blowing a close game? By the way, if you're in the live right now, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports weekly. We don't want you to miss a thing, so make sure that you hit that bell.
They lost to the Warriors by 10.
So they lost a game. How much were they leading by in that?
They had a 20-point lead at one point, supposedly.
So the Clippers still blowing leads. Is what they do.
What's their head coach?
Who's their head coach? Tyronn Lue now.
And now I'm gonna say this though. All you gotta do is talk smack to Paul George.
Apparently, he wasn't the problem.
What Devin Booker said to that man was disrespectful on so many levels, and he didn't do nothing about it.
25, 7, and 4. He had a good game.
Well, what a choir.
I have to see it though.
Yeah,
you got to see it. It's one of those things where it's like he shot. Did he shoot 7 for 16? It's like, well, was the last 16 the ones that he missed all in the fourth quarter? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of them things where I got to watch the game before I say. Everybody's saying Steph just went off on him. Steph took it personally. Steph heard y'all talking, and he took it personally.
Who's that Will Gardner?
Kawhi. I'd have him guard Kawhi.
PG?
Zach.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd have him guarding Kawhi. They're showing the highlights now. 81 to 70 or to 61. They was down. That's wild, bro. And that man Steph, yeah, that's a wild boy. Oh wow.
Wiggins?
Who was that?
That's the Wiggy Wiggins right there. A 20.
Let's talk about how
point
Steph Curry has single-handedly like really put the battery in Wiggins' back. Because Wiggins ain't like that.
Wiggins had 16.
Wiggins ain't like that.
Wiggins
ain't like that. He ain't look like that. Wiggins ain't look like that.
Wiggins ain't look like that.
You
tripping.
All right.
We're definitely about to go here.
I'm sorry. Wiggins ain't like that.
16 points, dog.
Hold up. I don't even know why MJ was brought up in the chat. This man Sanders said MJ couldn't sell crack because he never passed the rock. First off, Jay Sanders, he passed the rock for 2 championships.
He passed the rock to 2 white boys, and what did they do? Smoke it.
Wow. Nah, hey, I don't know.
Wow.
But he was out.
That's a bar right there. Okay.
Hold up. Are we back now? We back? This man AD done laughed so hard, he done knocked the dang connection off. Jesus, AD.
Word, my bad.
Oh, my goodness. That was a bar, though. That was a bar. Are y'all going?
They laughing in the chat.
Bro, they laughing in the chat, bro. They laughing. That was a bar, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I gotta give you. You know what's messed up? Like when somebody say an offensive joke, but you trying your best not to laugh at it, but it's funny. You just looking at them like y'all bogus, bro.
Man, first the Cherokee joke, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's under that spot. They don't know about that one. But no, man.
We got the Clippers tomorrow.
We got the Clippers. Is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow we got the Clippers.
Oh man.
Oh snap!
That's
all
tough
right.
after a
All right,
back-to-back.
So y'all in the chat, we just saw the
It's not
Clippers.
tomorrow. It's Sunday, January 10th.
That bad boy definitely just say tomorrow. Which
Today, that's because
it's 12 o'clock.
it's 12 o'clock.
That's because it's late.
It's Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, technically it's Saturday, so
right
it is
now.
tomorrow. Anyway, on Sunday
We are killing it right now,
Nah,
y'all.
really,
I just
really.
want y'all to know.
Whoa! Is that game coming on at the same time the Bears play?
Oh yeah, we definitely not doing that game. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you all right now, we already got a Bulls win on that one. The Bears are playing at 3:40. Yeah, that's dead.
Yeah. We're not gonna be doing that game live, y'all.
Yeah.
Although we might be able to do a little thing where we the Bears live and the Bulls. Definitely been thinking about doing the Bears live. We don't know about that one yet. If I'm gonna look at that game though, the Nickelodeon game, ladies and gentlemen.
Dog. No.
Definitely watching the
when Pat
Nickelodeon
told me, listen,
simulcast.
I didn't know what was happening, right?
Definitely watching
so
the
Pat
Nickelodeon
called me and said,
simulcast.
"Yo, we got the Nickelodeon game." What's the playoffs? He's like, we're playing
on Nickelodeon.
And I was like, he was like, yeah, with SpongeBob. I was like, what is he talking
Bro,
about?
SpongeBob is on that mug,
He's
dog.
calling the game?
He's not calling the game. The dude that actually is the voice of Clippers is game. And shout out to him. He's like 24.
Oh, congrats.
Oh, yeah.
He is killing
You know
it.
what's better than
Hey.
24, Patrick?
So with all that being said, y'all, we are definitely not calling that Bulls game because and by the way, they just Clippers just lost. We think they're gonna lose to Dang, I really want to see Pat Will go against Kawhi though.
I'm gonna record it and watch it later.
Oh God, I want to see that. Flipping back and forth.
But yeah,
Yo, can the Bulls and the Bears win on the same day?
that'll be wild.
Because the games are 40 minutes apart.
We need a Bulls Bears dub. Right as the Bulls hit their game-winning jumper, Mitch Trubisky throws it 60 yards down the field.
All right, here we go. I'm not because I'm kind of geeked right now. Like, check this out. So we just lost by 2.
Right.
Do you think the Bears are going to lose by 2 or 3? It'll be really ironic.
What did I say?
That's a tough question.
20? Didn't I say?
I don't know. We wasn't listening.
Y'all said win by field goal, right?
I said when
I said the Bears win by field goal.
win or lose by
27-23.
field goal. That's what I feel.
No, yeah, I said 23-16.
Hey, but even better. Drew Brees drops back with a minute left to start his drive and gets sacked in the end zone for a safety Bears win by 2.
That's not happening.
Nah, come on now.
That's not.
You get the ball back at that point. They got to put it to you.
They're going to run it.
Alvin Kamara back down in the end zone. No.
Hey, you ain't doing that, dog.
The thing with AD got into chewables. God dang. Why is Crit at your head, bro? Said connection worse than my headset with Nick Foles against the Titans. Hey, bro, this is wild. I think we done got this thing off the rails, man. We're going to get up out of here. We appreciate y'all for joining the live. Bulls Clippers is Sunday. We're probably not going to be calling that game live. Actually, it's not even a probably. I guarantee you we're not going to be calling that game live. We will probably be calling the Bears game live if we do anything live, but we haven't really decided on that yet. I don't know if I'm ready to be on camera for a Bears game. I'll be flipping tables and upset.
Bruh,
I want to do it.
I'll be placing the
I
floor.
ain't even gonna be here.
What do you mean?
Are you coming?
I'll pull up if you go live.
If you pull up, we'll go live.
Here we go.
He had pain on his face. I think that because you recorded the field goal, so I know you're not ready to go live. Because you can't take that. You can't.
talking about the Cody Park?
You talking about the double doink? Oh, I would have loved to be live for that, just so I could immediately rip into that fool.
He can't take it. He can't take it.
Hey, Maddie said do it.
He can't take it.
Jay Quick, my boy. See you.
He was
Appreciate
this
you
close to
stopping
crying. He was this close to crying.
Which one? The Parky
I was
one?
this close to crying too, out of laughter.
No, the Parky one. I was.
Bro, there will be no sitting during the game.
Hey, man,
Bat will be pacing.
That's the thing too. I move a lot. I move a lot during the Bears game.
He will be pacing.
I don't sit in front. Like I don't sit.
So you gotta sit right there.
I don't even sit.
He stand up.
Legitimately during the Bears game, I spent most of the game like this.
He was legit
bro.
like this. As soon as Cody Parky kicked
Bro.
it and missed, he fell to the floor, and Carter was checking on him to make sure he was
No, we got video of that. We got the video of that. Hey, look, I started the video of that by saying, "Come on, Cody, we believe in you, Cody." I was trying to lie to him to make him feel better.
What you mean? The Saints gonna be doing the same
Oh, listen,
thing?
I know this is a Bulls post game, but guess what? You have to understand we are all from Chicago, so guess what? This is now a Bears post game. Bears a Bulls post game, Bears pre-game.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what it is. If you don't like it, I'm sorry you have to catch us on the rebound. But that being said, we believe in Mitchell Trubisky.
We do.
Like we believe in Zach LaVine.
Whoa. Can we not do that? Because that's going to turn us into the rest of the season.
We believe in Mitchell Trubisky like we believe in Zach
I'm not gonna lie
LaVine.
to you.
It is in his hands.
Okay.
I've seen Zach knock down big shots. I believe in Zach.
I believe that Mitch can get it done. And just like
Okay.
Mitch,
Oh, you
just like-
wildin'. All right.
just like Zach
Let's
dropped
go,
his
man.
38,
I'm
Mitch
with
is
you.
going to drop some points.
I would be good.
Last time we did see Mitch against the Eagles, he wasn't the
Hey,
problem.
this tell
He
you.
drove it in.
Look at the Eagles, not the Saints. We're going to exclude
What
that.
the like 2 years ago?
What if the Bears drop? What if the Bears drop 34?
The fact that this turned into a Bears pregame,
What if they do?
is hilarious.
Because the Clippers game failed at the same time. Like, first of all, who the heck scheduled that game? You're not
Yeah,
gonna
that
get-
was
that's
poorly
dumb.
thought out.
Chicago was playing at the same time.
That was poorly thought
Who
out.
was the last game of the night?
Because the Bears are not the marquee
Who was the last
wild card game.
Hey,
It is.
listen,
It is.
Damien,
Damian said, "I believe in miracles," but Trubisky,
Damien,
no.
listen, Damien, listen, my boy. I'm sorry, we have no room for Trubisky hate right now. I can't even say his name right. We have no room for Biscuits hate right now. Okay, Biscuits needs all the help he can get. All right, extra syrup. Well, we need every bit we can get. Okay, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Matt Nagy, shut it up. I don't want to see you in the chat.
I need you to focus, man.
I need you to focus, all right? Put the visor down. You're in a dome, okay?
I need you in a fitted. A fitted.
On that note, y'all, we gonna get up out of here. The show's off the rails. I don't know what's happening no more. They showed the replay of the game. I don't want to see it again.
Yo,
I'm gonna probably watch it again.
Down, all that.
Oh God.
We believe in Mitchell Trubisky. Like we believe. Zach LaVine.
I am gonna get up out of here. No, not at all.
Hey, listen, he better be Maserati, bitch. He's not. I ain't going to find him.
I just want him to wear the sleeve so he can be the sleeve slinger.
Yo.
I don't care who it is. I need somebody to win the freaking game. All right,
He gonna
that's
run
it.
it for 3
All
hours.
right, listen. I'm sorry, Pat been trying to close out forever.
Gee,
All right,
y'all
listen.
killing me.
All right, listen. My name is P.Kidd. This is Pat.
AD in the building.
You look like SpongeBob just then. All right, this is this is my boy Ringo.
Somebody head off camera is Ring Chicago to continue watching our Bulls content or Bears content. Check the links in the description below.